Mr. Verb? Excuse me, Mr. Verb? Mr. Verb? Excuse me, Mr. Verb? Am I on? Mr. Verb? Can you hear me? It's a voice out of your past. It's a voice from your past.
A ghost from Christmas past.
Ron, this is your conscience speaking.
I am here, Ron. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. You know what? I can. And, please introduce or welcome and introducing my amazing mentor for the past 8 months now, Mark DeVecchio.
Hello, Ron.
He is.
I missed
Surprise.
you. I've just kind of been biding my time, bumming around, just taking things as they happen. Yeah, exactly. Just relaxing, a little downtime, decompressing. You know how that goes. Right. Yes, for the time being, absolutely. We also have the talented and handsome attorney Frank Aziz.
What's up, Ron? Thanks, Mark.
What's that?
Something like that. I don't know.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, it's drinking tiger blood.
I'm trying.
Thank you. Well, we have attorney Tally Orengia and attorney Frank Cassis here as part of the forum.
There we go.
Absolutely. All right. Very good. Well, welcome all. Good to hear your voice again, DeVecchio.
Thank you.
I thought DeVecchio was on the road pursuing a big singing contract somewhere, but apparently he was out campaigning for something. Things escape me all of a sudden. If I don't pay attention, I don't know what's going on. Congratulations on your victory.
Thanks, Ron. Thank you.
Was well deserved, well earned.
Thank you.
All right. Let's take some calls. What do you say? Let's see who joins us here.
All right.
Start out. You're on the air on the Legal Show. Hello there. Are you there, caller, on the first line? Hello. Well, apparently not. So let me put him back on hold. Wait a second. I got to make sure I do these things. You're on the air.
Yeah, am I on?
Yeah, the Legal Show.
You're
Go
on.
ahead.
How can we help you?
Good. Yeah, I got a question for you. This is regarding my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm calling you from Summit County, by the way, okay?
Okay.
And I have listened to you every Thursday from 5 to 6, and that's the reason why I called up. The question that I have is, my house is 20 years old, and the roof was leaking. And I got a roof max, who came in, inspected the roof, and then said, your roof is a candidate for the spraying technology that they have. Guess what? After they did that, we went through the process, and then we said, okay, go ahead and do it, because we didn't plan to stay in this house for more than an additional 10 years or 15 years. So we said, we had a 15-year warranty, so we decided to get it done through them instead of a brand new roof, which cost about $25,000. Having done that, in 4 months, the roof is leaking. And the guy is telling me that you had ice dams because of the winter. And my question to him is, weren't you supposed to fix it, inspect it, fix it? He hasn't even issued me a report saying this is what we found and this is what it is and nothing. So then we paid them $9,300.
Paid him how much?
$9,300.
To do what?
To basically inspect the roof repair it wherever they saw any issues, fix that portion. I mean, basically what they should have done, Ron, is they should have looked at it and said, hey, your house is 20 years old.
Right. You're
better off with a new roof as
Right.
opposed to our technology.
right. Your roof is shot at 20 years old.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
If
They
you get
should have
20
told
to
you.
25 years out of a roof, you're lucky.
Was there
But the
Carl,
call
was
is
there-
right.
was there a contract that you signed, and was there a warranty? And I'm sorry if you said that already.
No. They issued a 15-year warranty, and that warranty did not include ice dams.
Didn't
So I'm
include-
saying to myself, what kind of basically my question is, what recourse do I have? I would like my wife and me, I'm saying, even if we do not get the 9,300 back, we would like to go after the guy and, get this taken care of in the court. Sue him, basically.
My thought is at this point, you're going to be throwing good money at bad because there's no guarantee you're going to get that back. He's going to say it was a new problem. It wasn't an old problem. We fixed the old problems. Okay. If it is ice damage, you might want to check your homeowner's insurance to find out that's
Ice dams. He's claiming that an ice dam's a much different thing. It's where you get that ice buildup and water backs up under the shingles.
Oh, okay.
on the part that he repaired.
Yeah, basically, I have no idea as to what he looked at in the roof. We trusted him, and that's a mistake I made.
But do you know
We
what
should
part
have
he
asked him
repaired,
for the-
caller? You said that he inspected and then repaired parts of the roof. Do you know what parts he repaired?
No.
He hasn't issued a report, nothing. I have asked him multiple times, give me a report, give me a report, give me a report. Nothing.
Well, if you're going to pursue some type of litigation, I would hire somebody to get up on the roof and inspect it, do an independent inspection to determine, because they could look at it and make a determination and make an educated guess as to which areas were being repaired.
Right.
And then they could also maybe find the area where you had the problem spot. And if they could somehow tie the two together, saying that this was a repaired area, well, now that person may have some liability, or at least your warranty would kick in. So
Hang on a second, Mark. I think the key that he's saying here is this guy deceived him. He has a 20-year-old roof. Shingles are 20 years old, 20, 25 years at the most. And this guy, basically, he needed his entire roof replaced. And he's claiming he could fix it and do whatever he's doing, and everything's going to be fine.
The buyer, the homeowner, made the decision to go with the new technology and not get the roof replaced. He said himself that they weren't going to stay there much longer, so they didn't want to put $25,000 into a new roof. He made the conscious decision to spend $9,000 to repair it as opposed to replace it. So I don't know.
No. I was ready to get a new roof also. So we had a couple of other people come in, and then we saw this guy's ads on TV, and we said, wow, this is a brand new technology. Let's get this guy in and see what he says about the whole thing. And as soon as he came in, he went and inspected the place. And then after inspection comes and tells me, you are a candidate, even though he knows it's 20 years old.
All right, so caller, here's what you have to do here to try to help you out and streamline it. The first thing you need to do is you need to bring somebody to your house that is a roofer, okay? And they need to identify, as Mark said, they need to do a whole inspection of the roof. They need to identify the parts that were repaired, which they'll be able to tell, and they need to see what work was done. If
And
they
you're a
are
quality roofer in your community, one that's
Right.
got a physical location, okay?
Yeah,
What they'll do is-
I got a Hague certified inspector.
okay, so
Yeah,
He
then,
looked at
then what you need to
he
do
looked
is
at the roof and he said your roof was on its last legs. That's
okay.
exactly what he said.
But you need. It's more than just saying your roof was on its last legs. You also have to identify what the roofer, what the guy that you paid, the company that you paid to do the repairs. You need to understand what they did. If you want to pursue litigation, it would
And
be
he should.
yeah. No, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't. If you want to pursue litigation, if you want to sue them, you have to have an understanding of what was wrong. Because if you bring that to a lawyer is going to say to you, let me identify what was wrong, and then that's how you can develop claims to sue them with. So sitting here right now saying, well, what's my recourse? Your recourse is filing a lawsuit against the company that did the job. But to get to the lawsuit, you need other information. You need documentation. You're going to need an expert to testify on your behalf to
let me ask you this, Frank.
Go ahead.
I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, this is and I don't mean to insult the caller, so don't take it that way. Most people know a roof lasts 20 years.
Right.
So this guy got up and did a sales pitch and convinced him we could do this and he would be in good shape. I hope he does sue this guy.
Yeah.
And it sounded to me like he had an inspection by a certified roofer who said the roof is on its last legs, period. Well, bring him in and hire an attorney and go after the guy.
Yeah, and you could, but it's got to be more than. All I'm saying is you want some more detail at least to go after and say, like, what he did in this spot was meaningless because he should have known if he was a professional and his expertise that the other one spot when the whole thing needed remodeled or replaced.
And he violated community standards.
Yeah,
he,
I mean,
he
there's-
didn't use the
Right.
ordinary care that another
Right, I mean,
roofer would use.
Right. There's an industry standard that they have to follow. I mean, there's all kinds of things. You sounds like you have a lawsuit. All I'm simply saying is you need somebody to support what you're saying because no lawyer is going to take that just based on what you're saying. You
And
need
we need all the paperwork from the original contractor.
Okay. Now, one last question for you before I hang up. The question that I have is, I heard, you guys do a lot of work. That's why I thought about calling you on today, Thursday, and talking to you about it. Now, I have a lot of documentation. Actually, I have filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office through Better Business Bureau. So in Columbus, that's where the corporate office is for this company. And they are looking at it. And so I have given them all the documentations. I have more than enough documentation for you guys to look
All
at.
right, so give us a
I
call
haven't
at the office.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
listen. Give us a call at the office. Say you talk to us on the
Yeah.
radio, and we'll get you in for an appointment as early as next week.
All right.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thanks for
Thank
calling
you.
in.
I mean, there's a classic case of they took advantage of the guy.
Yeah, he got fleeced.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
I
this
hate when
guy
it
went up,
happens.
did a sales pitch. I hate to say it, and a lot of people aren't aware of building that. Frank, you know as well as I do, a roof lasts 20, 25 years,
That's
and
absolutely
then it's got to be replaced.
Yeah.
And this guy went up and did a sales pitch and patched a roof that's reached its life expectancy.
Yeah,
And I don't
right.
think
There was no
that's
say to that
supervised.
roof.
At some point, though, you have an obligation to make a sound decision. And if you're looking to cut corners and say, well, I'd rather spend $9,000 than $25,000, when you know you have a 20-year-old roof. I mean, we have a responsibility ourselves to make sure we don't make bad decisions. That was a bad decision. Now, I'm not saying that the person that provided the service may not be liable. He may be liable, but there also is some personal responsibility in the decisions we make. That's all I'm talking about.
So right. So I mean, what you would have to establish too is that's why I'm saying he needs what we would call expert testimony, that there was a material misrepresentation that misled him. Because if I was defending that case, one of the things that I would do in defending it is saying, listen, folks, he knew he needed a new roof. He had 3 other opinions for new roofs, but he went with this because he wanted to,
Because it was a cheap.
No, I'm not saying that. I think the guy should be get a remedy and should be made whole, and that's not right. I mean, it's obviously not right. Especially, I don't understand how you have a 15-year warranty and you don't even know what it's on. What parts did you? He didn't get a report. He didn't get, hey, this is what we did.
This should be a warning to other callers too. When you're doing something like this, make sure that you get a report, make sure that you know what's in your contract so you know what you're signing prior to, so you don't end up in a situation like this.
Yeah, and
Close to the
reputable
microphone, Tally,
companies.
please.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Reputable
All right.
companies is a big thing as well.
Yeah, make sure you're looking online and checking and making sure that other people are happy with their services. We use Google reviews here. It's very important to make sure that you're
Well, when it comes to roofers, you want somebody that's got a physical location within your community, not
Yes.
these storm chasers
yes.
and that kind of stuff. But you gave him some good advice, Frank, because the guy said, well, we can fix it for less and everything would be just fine. And it was nonsense, basically. I mean, total and complete
I'm
nonsense.
so sorry that happened, caller. That crappy situation.
Right. Frank, it's so good to have you on the program.
I love talking to you, Ron.
I mean, it's just, it's refreshing. The other guy, I forget the
Just because the
guys.
other guy doesn't say what you want to hear doesn't mean that it's not refreshing.
The other guy, I'm trying to place this voice.
I'm
a
literally
voice
in
from the
between
past.
the both of them. So thank you very much for putting me in this situation. I'm trying not to make eye contact.
I thought you were talking about the other guy.
No, not that guy.
That
Forget
guy.
that guy.
The other
No.
guy.
The
The
other-
unlucky guy,
Yeah.
or
You know what I was talking
I
about?
know
the
exactly
other
what
day?
you're talking about.
Mark, I
unlucky
watched.
one.
We were at baseball, and this guy was talking about how he loved the Ron Verb show and Ron, and and he brought up the guy who got ran over with his own truck, and I literally had to go back through my text messages and rewatch it. I could watch that once a week,
That is
and it
hysterical.
makes me laugh so hard I cry. It was the greatest segment ever.
You cried during the segment.
I mean, it was it was just wonderful.
All right, let's take some more calls with our attorneys tonight. You're on the air. Welcome. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead,
How
please,
can we
sir.
help you?
Yes. My wife received a letter recently from a lawyer. Her and her ex-husband owned a gas station, and they sold that in 2013. And letter states that this loan has been paid in full several years ago. However, the mortgage securing this loan has not been released, and they want my wife to release this, call it back and release this mortgage. Now, the loan has been paid off years ago, and I'm not sure what this letter is all about.
Is it from a local bank? A bank that has a
From
branch that you can physically go to?
lawyers in Warren,
Lawyers?
a lawyer group.
All right. Well, I would definitely take the letter to another lawyer and have a lawyer make a call for you. It would be relatively inexpensive. It may just be a courtesy kind of a situation where you could get somebody to make a call. I hate to say this, but I'm a conspiracy theorist. I believe there's a scam behind everything nowadays.
He really does. You should
Yeah.
hear him.
Everything's a scam. So I would have a lawyer make a phone call for me. I'd be physically present when the lawyer called. Go to a lawyer. I mean, we all practice together. We all know, the names of reputable lawyers, reputable firms. We've all had
We all know
business
each other.
dealings with all of them. So I would go to somebody that could make a call on your behalf to get some more information and then to direct you accordingly. If it's not a scam, it may be as simple as, executing certain paperwork, but I'd be very cautious if they're asking for any kind of personal information.
That's very good. I had a feeling about that too.
Right.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay, good luck, sir.
Personal information.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, sounded like that the loan was paid off, and it's a weird situation,
Yeah, it
isn't
didn't
it?
make sense.
So, Mark, so ever since the UFO information's been released, Mark, you're a conspiracy theorist. I
Yeah.
think.
No, I was a conspiracy theorist before that. I was. I don't trust.
All right.
I don't trust anything I read. I mean, because I get like 3 or 4 texts a day from every place, from my church to banks asking for money,
Oh yeah.
and it's
I'm gonna make you a tinfoil
it's
hat
baffling.
to wear around the office.
yeah.
I don't even know this. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy guy as well, Frank. I don't know if this is really Mark DeVecchio or some type of AI thing that's
No,
going on.
listen,
I hate that too. By the way,
I'm here. He's alive, well, and in the flesh.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. You never can tell because he was out there on that campaign trail.
Yeah, he's working hard. He's still working
He's
hard.
still
Yes.
working hard. He is.
Really out there meeting all these people, meeting and greeting everybody, Mark.
What do they
And
say?
yeah,
Shaking
come on,
hands and
shaking
kissing
hands and
babies.
kissing babies. I'm going to an event at 5:30, so we're.
what do you mean 5:30? The program's on the air at
I know, but
5:30.
the house band signed a contract to play at an event.
5:30 tonight?
Yes.
It's 5:27.
Well, it
it's
starts
okay.
at 6.
It's okay. I'll still be here.
Well, thank God. I mean, he's getting more like Dave every minute. I'm going to be on his show, but I got to go, Ron. I got
Bite your
something else
tongue,
I
Ron.
gotta
Bite your
It's
tongue.
interesting how every attorney in our firm ends up, like Brian or Dave.
do. Right.
Hmm.
Oh, Frank, I'm counting on you. Tally, I'm counting on you.
Yeah, Frank, we're counting on you to stay. We're counting on you to stay till 6, Frank. Come on,
My niece is graduating high school, so I got to go to baccalaureate. I'm trying to hang till about 5:40.
But then
I
maybe
do
Jimmy will
either.
join us.
Wait a minute here. Wait, I got to digest what I'm just hearing, folks. So DeVecchio's got to leave at 5:30. So I say, Frank, at least I can depend on you.
I know.
Frank says to
I
me,
feel terrible.
not necessarily, I got to leave at 5:40. You know what, Tally? Tally,
Ron.
you're okay. Can you stick around, Tally?
I can. My son's game got pushed back. Next week I won't be here, but no, listen. I'm here most weeks, Ron, and I'm here to answer the callers' questions and care and offer great legal advice and assist them with their problems. So I'm still going to be here, and I will help our listeners. No worries.
All right. Tally will be with us till 6:00 tonight when these other folk bail on us. Exactly. Exactly right. Yeah, boy, I tell you, it's an exciting day to say the least. We'll pause for the headlines at 5:30. Mark, it's been great hearing your voice.
Been great
Thank you
talking
for
to you,
being on
Ron.
the program. Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you, brother.
We're happy about back to it on News Radio 570 WQEN. And so on for 5:32 on this Thursday, May 21st already. We are sitting with 66 degrees. This is the legal program. Segment 2 brought to you by Beatrice Kopp on News Radio 570 WQBN. And so I have 3 lines in Youngstown open. And if you have any legal questions, give us a call right now. You'll get through and we'll get you on the air and try to answer your legal dilemma or your legal problem. 330-729-9977. 330-729-9977 will get you through to us. Once again, 330-729-9977. We'd like you to pick up the phone, give us a call on any legal issue you might have. Wills, trusts, estate questions, auto accidents, perhaps DUI situations. Perhaps you have a problem as far as evictions are concerned, or landlord-tenants issues might be the case, contractual issues, domestic issues, whatever it might be. That's what we do on this program till 6 o'clock tonight, is answer whatever legal problem you got going on in your world, try to give you the best advice we can, don't send you a bill for it, and take care of business. So if that is you, 330-729-9977. We are joined at this point by the firm from Beatrice Kopp. Telly Orengia is with us, and she is also joined, I think, by Frank Cassis.
I'm here.
All right, so
He's still
Frank,
hanging on.
Frank's got 6 more minutes before he's got to bail. Oh, Frank!
I'm sorry.
Frank. You're a good father and all that kind of stuff. Good family man on this.
If she wasn't a senior, she's my namesake, so I got to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually, I got to tell Telly a story later in the broadcast. So that's something to stay tuned for, folks. Let's take some calls.
Okay.
No, I was just thinking about it the other day. You're on the air on the Legal Show. Hello.
Hi, Ron.
Hi.
I have a story to tell you because I want to know why this is happening, and maybe your legal team there can answer this. We've noted through the years, remember I told you about the dogs. I think I talked to you about this a couple months ago. Okay, we're at the Southern Park Mall. We're sitting at the seating area right in front of the Trendy Man, and we see 2 young people with a very, very odd-looking dog walking down the way. The dog plops on its butt, and I'm like, why is that dog plopped on its butt? Here it pooped and peed right in front of that Trendy Man, beautiful, gorgeous men's store. And then the 2 young people, I think they were late teens, early 20s, scurried away with the dog. I went in to tell the Trendy Man guy, the owner, I'm like, you know what, somebody just allowed their dog to plop down and poop and pee in front of your store. And you could tell he was very upset that happened. We helped him get housekeeping there. And why are they allowing in the malls, and this is the Eastwood Mall too, why are they allowing these dogs without papers, without certification, into the mall where they're allowed to do their pooping and peeing? This is becoming outrageous. Why is it that they can't stop these people, ask for papers? I don't care about this American disabilities crap and all that stuff where you're not allowed to ask questions. Bull crap. It's becoming like a zoo in these malls.
You know what? I saw it the other day in the grocery store, and I thought, why is this dog allowed? And I agree with you. These aren't all service animals. Why is this dog walking around the grocery store that can lift a leg and pee on anything? And why is, I saw it in Home Depot. It is totally and completely out of control.
Well, to ask the legal team,
So,
I will.
why can't the security stop these people
Hang
and say,
on.
hey, we need to see your papers?
Right.
Because if it's not a service animal,
Get
they
it out.
should not be allowed in the mall. It's becoming decrepit. That stunk. That Trendy Man store is a gorgeous store. That place, it stunk right in front of the mall.
Right,
I mean,
all right.
right in front of his area. I felt so sorry for him.
Stand by for a minute. Go ahead, Frank.
Thank you. Okay, so here's the deal. You're correct. If it's not a service dog and they don't have paperwork, they are not to be there. But that has to get enforced by the mall.
Yeah.
So the mall security needs to start to approach these people, and either they need to present paperwork. And in my experience, if it is a legit service dog, if it's legit, that type of thing should not be happening with the dog going to the
And
bathroom
it
in the
won't,
store.
because dogs are very well trained.
Right,
Unless
exactly.
it's a sick dog, but they are. My significant other knows all about service dogs and stuff like that. They go through a very, very tedious training, and they do not engage other people or other dogs. They stay with the person that they are helping and stuff like that.
Caller,
This is getting ridiculous.
It
You
could-
cannot go into any mall now. Eastwood Mall is just as bad, because I remember 2 Christmases ago stepping in dog poop in Macy's.
It's ridiculous.
Somebody
Yeah, I mean
picked it up.
that is crazy. The sad part about it is people are afraid to approach these people and call them out, basically, because everything now, you approach
illegal.
them and then they take a video of you and the video gets posted on social media. And I mean, if it's legit, it's legit, but I would venture to say a lot of the times in those scenarios, it's not. But really, there's nothing you can do besides complain to the management at either mall that you're at. And they
Or
would
the
say to you,
store.
the store, but just say, listen, we have to let legitimate service animals in. We can't not. But if it's not legitimate, we absolutely have a right to tell them to get the dog out of here, off the property. But if they're not enforcing that or they're not checking, that becomes the problem. So really, it just depends upon where you're at and who's enforcing it. I mean, there are certain places that are really diligent and they're all over those types of scenarios. And I think you can figure out what people have legitimate dogs and they're not legitimate dogs, right? So, but it is unfortunate.
Right.
But if from our perspective, if you're saying, well, how do you rectify this? How do you stop this? Well, it needs to be enforced.
and that is the owner's duty, but also they have to be careful, because you're technically not allowed to ask somebody, what's your disability? And some officers or security officers may not realize, you can just straight up ask for papers. But also, it's really, really easy to register an animal as an emotional support animal online. And a lot of people have been
That's
doing
different
that.
from
But that's
service
different
dog,
than a
though.
service dog. An
It is.
emotional
Emotional
support
support
dog.
is not the same as a service
Yeah, you
dog.
don't have to,
Not
that
the
doesn't
same.
fall under. So
Mm-mm.
they don't need to let emotional
Emotional
support dogs in anywhere.
They don't, but then a lot of people flip
Right.
out their cameras, like you were saying, and it gets hot and heavy. So a lot of people are just avoiding
Well,
that.
I think that's the bigger problem is that people are afraid of the confrontation.
But they should absolutely.
Well,
clean
you
up
know
after
what?
their
At Elm
dogs.
Road Giant Eagle, they have a sign up. No dogs, including service dogs, are allowed in the store anymore. You cannot
Oh, wow.
shop with a dog in Elm Road. I think they had a big problem a couple years ago, and PJ McCauley, their family owns it. They are the typical old-fashioned Italian family. They don't believe in all these dogs in
We
stores,
know
and
them
dogs
well.
on the couches and eating off the table and stuff like that. And they are enforcing it. They're not even allowing service animals in anymore. It's a
That's a
sign on the
shame.
door. When you go in that store, you can be assured you're not going to have a dog pooping on the floor.
It's a shame
Yeah.
that people have to ruin it for others who actually need it.
Right, but it is out of control, Tally.
It is. No, I
It
agree.
is so out of control. It's ridiculous. You
I
cannot
agree.
go into the Eastwood Mall or
Well,
the Southern Park Mall anymore without a dog in there.
And I must confess, when I was a young man in college and I was extremely drunk once, I think I might have done that in front of a store myself.
on.
But remember, I was in college.
Your poor wife, does she know this?
I was drinking. But okay, thank you for your call.
Thanks for calling.
All right, thank you. Bye.
All right. Yeah, well, it was only one time, Tally.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness. Thanks for sharing.
You're you're more than welcome. You're on here with Frank. Are you
I'm still here.
tail lights?
A few more minutes.
You're on here with our attorneys. Hello, caller.
Is that me?
Yes.
It's
Hey,
you. How can
great.
we help?
Hey, can anybody take the unclaimed funds group to small claims court?
Say that again.
The unclaimed funds in Ohio. You take them to small claim court to get your money.
I think you just file for it. Don't you?
Yeah, right.
You know how long it takes to file for it?
How
I
long?
filed for it in July last year.
Oh
You
wow.
haven't heard anything?
Oh, I've heard they put you through so many hoops. It's unreal.
How much money are you talking?
About $1,700.
How much?
$1,700.
And you filed all the paperwork and they're not giving you your money?
No. Every time I question them, or they send me a different thing, I had to get my my mother's death certificate. That put me a month behind. I had to get file an airship thing with everybody's name on it, and date and birth dates on it.
All right, just to clarify for our attorneys, so this is your mother's unclaimed money, not necessarily yours.
No, it's my mother's, but I'm the
Okay.
executor of her will.
I'm just trying to clarify.
I don't think you can file in small claims court. I don't. I think you have to go through that process. I don't know for sure, caller. Do you live around here?
Yes.
If you want to make an appointment and come see me, I can look into it for you. But I think that the way that you have to file is through the application process. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I've got I even have the superintendent of unclaimed funds speak. I'm still not getting any satisfaction out of them.
Well, keep pursuing it. What do
Yeah,
they
right,
always
don't
say?
stop
I mean,
pursuing. That is unfortunate and aggravating.
yeah.
Because now he's put me into a IRS form that I can't fill out because it's too past the dates that they want in the form.
Oh, jeez.
This is crazy.
It is crazy.
I'm so sorry.
I mean,
That's awful.
I mean, obviously, this was you're the executor of the state or whatever, your mother's money, and
Mhm.
they're just making you go through all these hoops to get it. $1,700 Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, keep doing it. Maybe, yeah, have you got a CPA or somebody to help you with the accounting forms?
No.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to make an
I
appointment, we
don't
can
think
always look
I
into
really
it
don't
for
really
you.
need an accountant. I need a tax expert.
There you go. There you go. All right. Good
All
luck.
right, Ron. I'll
righty.
see you next
Yes.
week. I hope.
Well, I certainly hope so.
I do too.
mean,
I really
sure.
do. I should be here. Great to
All
talk to you. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Even
You
though
as
with this
well.
beautiful weather.
Thank you, Frank Cassis,
All right.
on the program on News Radio 570 WKBN. Thank you, and enjoy the rest the rest of your evening as well. And
All right,
Now
Ron,
we
now
have
that
Tally.
he's leaving, I want to hear this story you have to tell me.
I was just thinking about it is just I was thinking about this. Somebody was telling me the other day about it. An experience, and I don't know why I thought it was. I was just thinking about you and your background here, talking about they were at the Cleveland Clinic, and the doctor walked in, and to look at their case, and behind him, she was saying there were all of these young men in their white lab coats, with their names on it, that looked like they were just out of high school, but they were all real smart. They're like the doctor walks in a group of 5, 6. What would you call them? Residents walk in behind
Usually
him,
residents, yeah.
behind him, yeah, and or I should say the surgeon, and they're all there, and then the doctors say, "Well, what do you think of this to one and this one and that kind of stuff?" And it's like the main doctor walks around, and all these young residents follow him around all day, and I was thinking, because I thought I was going to mention that to you, because I said, did that ever thought enter your mind? When your husband, he's a surgeon, right? I mean,
Yeah.
did you ever think about, I was just thinking he had to go through that as well. I mean, he had to be a young guy out of school and walking around following some 40-year-old guy. And
So he's
Right?
still, it's so during residency, yeah.
close to the
they
mic,
call it-
close to the
I'm
mic.
sorry. It was during residency, yeah, and they actually call it pimping, where the attending goes through each resident and quizzes them in front of the patient.
Yes.
So I remember him going through that, yes, and then when he wasn't attending, I would always yell at him, you know how you felt, don't do it to the residents. But yeah, I do remember those days. I remember that happening to him and him doing it quite a bit.
So now he's walking around with young kids. I don't want to say young men following him around, right?
Men and women, yes, but it's actually kind of funny, Ron. A lot of his patients, when he walks in, they're like, "Where's the doctor?" Because they always think he's too young to be a surgeon. So it's a little humorous, but yeah, a lot of the residents do look young. Yes.
That's what this woman was saying to me. They look like they're just out of high school. And I said, but do you realize how smart all of those young people are that are there?
It's
going
ridiculous
through
what
this?
they have to. I mean, my husband has a photographic memory, so it's probably a lot easier for him, but it is so crazy what these people have to go through. I mean, working 90 to 100 hours a week as a resident, it's insane. And I give them a lot of credit for, literally saving lives every day. So
And then she was saying to me, this I was just thinking because of your family scenario, and she says, these doctors they're very early in the morning, the surgeons, and they'll be there later in the day, and
oh yeah,
it's like you're there constantly.
Mhm.
I mean, not just there. You're in your office. You're back at the hospital.
oh
And
yeah.
it's it's a lot of hours. Let's put it that way.
It is a lot of hours, and it's always like the worst times too. But it happens a lot with domestic relations lawyers too. So because there's always an emergency, and so we try, to be a little selfless in our family and say, he's going to go save someone's life, even though it's Thanksgiving and they're choking on steak or whatever it is. We try to be gracious, but domestic relations is always an emergency too. So we're constantly answering phone calls for our clients, and because their situations, although we do hear it a lot, it's each one is specific, and we care about our clients, so we want to make sure that they're taken care of no matter what time of day and what day holiday it is.
I mean, because it's almost like you can't have a bad day as a surgeon. Let's be realistic. You can't.
He can't. He's not.
You just everyone's there for whatever that is, and you got to be on your game constantly and make sure you get everything done well. I couldn't even imagine. He'd be an interesting guy to talk to, being like an emergency room doctor. The things that you have to see, or if you're an emergency room doctor at any St. E's or whatever around here with the auto accidents and people cutting their
level 1
thumb
trauma
off or
center.
whatever.
It's a lot. Adam has a lot of good stories and sad stories. But doctors and their wives and their families go through a lot. And I don't want to bore the listeners, but one time when I see you, Ron, I'll tell you a really cool scenario that kind of puts it in perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it's just she was telling that. I thought I got to tell that to Tally on the program because she lived that basically. Yeah, I mean, you would.
Honestly, I had to go to my grandmother's funeral by myself because Adam had to work, and that's just how it is as a wife of a doctor. It's not all, it's not all that exciting sometimes. And same with him. He has to do a lot of things without me because I'm helping my clients with their emergencies and their serious situations. So.
Do you ever sit down when you're having dinner or something and think, what this guy did today? This guy did whatever this procedure was that saved this person's life, or perhaps it didn't work out and he's got a deal. He's sorting through in his head what could I have done differently in that.
It's honestly, I know I can tell by his body language when he's had a bad day, but I always ask him, how do you tell these families if there's a car crash and you have to go to them? And that would be the hardest part of the job. I mean, I don't deal with deaths, and I'm very, very grateful with that. I deal with horrific stories of cheating, and every now and then we try to make humor of it because it's hard to hear, and it's really sad to hear these repeated stories. But I don't have to deal with people
I want to
dying.
hear all those stories. Those stories you hear, I'm all down for. Yeah,
but I don't have to deal with people dying, so it's a whole new perspective. But yeah.
Now, from your standpoint, if I would ask this to you, I mean, I would be sitting there thinking, as I would be listening to whatever one of these two people would be talking, I'd be thinking, wait a minute, at some point, these two people loved each other enough. I always say this. You know what the biggest compliment to any man is? When you ask the girl you love to marry you and she says yes. There is no bigger compliment in the world than that. So when you take a look at the situations that you see every day and what you do, and the reality is, Natalia, so many divorce attorneys burn out from it. They just get, I think it's got to be one of the highest burnout levels that you can have. But 100%. The reality is, you have to sit there and say to yourself, this person loved this person so much at some time that they got married to each other. And how did it end up in such hatred, or how did it end up like that? And it's hard, Ron, because
we sit here and we try to make light of situations, but really this are the worst moments in people's lives when they come to see me in the domestic relations department. And you have to remain professional, and you have to not cry, and you have to, and sometimes it's really difficult. And I carry my clients' stories home with me, and I really do care about my clients, and I make sure that we take care of them best of their ability, because it is the worst time in their lives, whether it's a cheating scandal or, the kids are in the middle. But I always remind my client, you might not always be husband and wife, but you will always be mom and dad. And I really try to support them in that endeavor, because my biggest, and Mark too, actually, it's kind of cool that we're aligned on this. Our biggest thing is the kids, and making sure that the kids in the situation are taken care of. And our hope always is that both parents can be involved if they're suitable to be involved. So we really advocate for that, and we really help our clients through the most stressful part of their times.
And marriages break up for other reasons besides cheating. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you see people that's, whether it's drug addiction or alcohol abuse, or
Yeah.
I'm sure there are other reasons outside of what some would say, well, we understand this particular one, but there's got to be other reasons too.
Oh my goodness, so many reasons, and some of them are like legit reasons, like cheating and other things, and they're legit reasons as we just don't get along anymore, and this isn't best for our kids. And at the end of the day, we respect our client's decision, and we just try to make it as easy as possible for them. And yes, a lot of burnout can happen, especially domestic violence, sexual assault, domestic relations, because it's the people's worst times of their lives. Like we always say, for criminal, it's sometimes bad people trying to be good, but for domestics, it's mostly really good people going through the worst time of their life. And so crazy burnout in our field. But Mark, he has been, I've been doing this for 10 years, but Mark is a
He's
really
phenomenal.
good mentor. He really is. And he really does care. And we'll make a joke or two here just to get through the day, but we care about our clients, and it's amazing to learn from somebody who's done it for so long and hasn't become burnout. It really is. I'm truly grateful for him.
Right, and I think you'll make it
Oh, thank you, Ron.
your career as well, because I think you have those same tendencies from the time that I've gotten to know you on the program.
I appreciate
It
that.
reminds me when people say this. They say they ask all these people. It was either, I forget which one magazine it was in. They were interviewing all these people that were married long periods of time, 30, 40 years, and they ask them, well, what's the secrets to a longevity in a marriage? And the conclusion of the article was that they concluded, after talking to these people married a long time, the secret to a successful marriage was simply being nice to each other.
Which sometimes is very difficult.
It's as simple. Well, it's as simple as that.
It is.
Just simply
It is.
being nice and saying nice things, and
But
being
things in
positive,
life
I
do
guess.
happen. They do. And sometimes, one of the highest reasons for divorce rate is the death of a child. And those things are unavoidable. It's not being nice or not being nice. It's grieving of the loss of a person that's 50% of both of you. And as horrific as it is,
You would think it would make you closer together. because
sometimes
of
it
that
does.
shared
Sometimes it does, and other
memories.
times it doesn't. But I think that's why the burnout in our job is so high, because we do hear horrific stories all day long. And
One other question. I don't know if I've ever asked you. Have you had cases though where they're getting divorced, and as it goes on, they change their minds and say, you know what, we're sticking it out?
actually, I have, and sometimes it's successful, and I'm so happy. I'm never going to be an attorney to, obviously I work in a private firm, and we bill our clients and all the things, but I'm never going to be an attorney that is wanting my clients to get a divorce. If they can work out in their marriage, that is amazing, and I will, help. I will cheer you on in the background. But if you come to the decision, then I can help you the other way, and I can help you do it the best and easiest way possible. So. But yeah, I've had people reconcile. I've had people reconcile and come back to me after a few years. And I even applaud those people for trying, because marriage is hard. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. And it's a difficult process. But either way, whatever they decide, I will always support my clients either way.
Well, all right. You're on the air. Hello.
How can we help you?
Yeah, hi. I might have called on the wrong day. They might not be able to answer this.
I'll try.
I wanted to ask about. I put a $750 payment on a credit card at my bank,
Okay.
and they put a 5-day hold on the cash. It was a cash payment at the teller at the bank where the credit card was issued, and 6 days later, it's not been credited to my account. And they said, "Well, there's a float hold on it." How do they put a float on a hold on a cash payment?
When you went
Yeah, I see what he's saying. Yeah.
when you went
You
in,
went in
caller,
with-
did you get a receipt for the cash payment that you put on the credit card?
Oh, I have it.
Okay,
yeah, and I
good.
took it in there and showed them, and they called customer service. They're like, "Oh, there's a float on it. There's a float hold on a cash payment on a credit card at the very bank that I was sitting in."
That makes no sense
That
to
makes
me.
no
Gave him
sense.
cash.
It makes no
To me at
sense to me.
all.
Thank you, Ron. You are the man.
No, it doesn't. Does it, Tally? I could see
It's
if it was a
insane.
check.
yeah, if it was a check, I would completely understand, but
So would I.
for cash, that doesn't
Cash.
make sense.
$701 in cash.
Yeah.
I would go and I
it
would
didn't show
talk.
up yet.
I would escalate it honestly. I would go into the bank and I would ask to speak to the manager and respectfully, but also not, you're frustrated, but respectfully be like, what in the world is going on? This is not normal. It wasn't a check. It was cash. Here's my receipt. And figure out what's going on. Maybe something went on with your account. Maybe did anybody try to spend money from your account perhaps?
No. And it's funny because the available balance is -$1.
Okay. I also
So
have another weird question.
Wait till I get done with them on social media.
Oh,
Right.
no.
They won't know what hit them.
Maybe
All
the
right,
cash
well-
that you gave, was it fraudulent? I mean, that has happened to my family before. They won money at a casino.
No, it was cash. I have a receipt.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so
Go-
sorry,
Go
caller. I
back
don't
to the
know.
bank. All right. Thank
Yeah,
you for
it's
your
unbelievable.
call.
Thank you very much.
It is unbelievable. Tally, thank you for being with us the whole program.
Of course, Ron, you can count on me.
I can count on you. All right. So the Legal Show. Thank you, Tally.
Thank you.
great
Have a good
evening.
night.
The Legal Show brought to you by Beatrice Kopp on News Radio 570 WKBN. Back with Money Talks with John Arnold.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe. I'm Kevin. And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called
Thank you
Hey
very much,
Jonas.
Leo.
We
Do you want
invented a
help with any of
podcast. Well, we didn't invent it. We just
We're the
contributed to it.
first people to do podcasts.
Jenny is here.
We get